Hello, my convicts and convict heads. Just it is IDEC Convict bringing you guys and gals another video. So we're going to go on a little adventure today. An adventure where I'm going to annoyingly, probably for the 8th, 9th, maybe 10th time, reset my computer back to factory settings, go back to the very beginning, wipe all the hard drives, so on and so forth. And yeah, just cause more pain than what I have to. But I like to do this sometimes because I do like to refresh my drives. Not only that, sometimes I do mess and tinker a lot, and it can cause instability in some areas, or if I do something wrong or I feel like it's wrong, I like to go back to beginning and kind of start as a fresh, especially if I'm going to follow along with any tutorials with myself, because I give you tutorials that aren't going to be just thrown out there just to throw out content sort of thing and just get you to click on it just so it looks shiny and good. You follow it and it's absolutely rubbish. So without further ado, let me help you out. So in the description, you're going to have this website, which is the Microsoft website, the official website. And we're going to create what's known as a installation media onto a flash drive. This is a flash drive. This is from SanDisk, I think it says. Yeah, SanDisk. Up there, so you can't quite see it, but this is SanDisk. And basically, this is a 1 terabyte or 500 gigabyte, I can't remember which one it is, flash drive. The 16 gigabyte flash drive. So if you've got a flash drive around, anything like this, you'll need this to be able to do this. And then all you need to do is go to this website. The one that we're looking at creating is this one here, which is the installation media. Now, I'm not going to go and complete this with you because it takes a while to do, but just follow it along and it will create, obviously, a drive. I'll take you so far just to show you where you need to go and what you need to do to get it onto that drive, but I won't actually create the media at the end. You just need to do it and it'll take a while for it to go through the process. Once it's completed, then obviously come back and then we can continue on. Obviously, don't wipe your computer yet. Wait for this to be done first, and then I'll tell you, obviously, when we swap over to the mobile phone, you'll notice the difference in quality. As I'll be recording through the mobile phone, you'll see the difference on there. Right, so first of all, let's put our drive into the PC, and then let's download the installation media. So give me a sec. Right, that's in. As you can see, this has popped up. Now, this has got the drives already on here, and this is kind of what it'll look like, apart from a few things. This won't be here because this is my BIOS. Also, I've got my files here, which won't be here, and I've also got deep loaded GPU drivers here as well. Those kind of things ignore. You'll just have obviously all the other files, which will be for your booting of your installation media. So all you need to do is plug your USB in. Here to where it says create Windows installation media, click download. And then you want to save this media and it'll save up here. You want to open it and then you want to double click on it and then you want to put yes. And you want to wait for this to start to boot up. So this will get a few things ready. Make sure your USB drive is in there. So follow along. So accept. This will get a few things ready. Obviously, choose your language and what your Windows edition is. Use the recommended option for this PC, or you can untick if you want to do that. I'm just going to leave it as it is because this is the Windows that I want. I want Windows 11. Is there a different Windows 11? No, there isn't. So it's more or less what it should be on there anyway. Click Next. And then what you want to do is you want to select your USB drive. As it says here, you need at least 8 gigabytes. So make sure you've got an 8 gigabit USB flash drive in your PC to do this. This is only if you're going to put this onto a DVD or onto a disk. You don't want to do that. You want to put it onto a flash drive, and then you want to click Next. When you click Next, it'll go through an installation process of installing all the files onto your USB drive. So just let it complete. So pause it here, let it complete, and then come back once you've done that, and then we'll go through the next steps. So once we've done that, there we go. So see you in just a moment. Right. So I'm assuming you're coming back. Welcome back. And you've done the USB flash drive. It takes a while to do it. So that's why I didn't want to do this as a process. But just keep clicking next till you get to the end and it's created a drive. Once you've done that, then obviously you should just have the files on your drive already. All you need to do then, in order to start this off, is go into your computer's BIOS, and then you want to change the BIOS to be your boot device that you're wanting to change it to. Before we do that, what I would recommend is, if you are like me and you have a PC with multiple drives, as you can see, I've got my Evo, my 2 terabyte, which is for my games. I've got then 2 drives that are just SSD drives, and then I've got an old mechanical drive, and so on and so forth. If there's any drives you've got in the PC you do not want to have attached, then you just need to disconnect them from the PC so that they don't pop up. So if there's any particular stuff you don't want to delete, because what we're going to do is we're going to go into the PC when we're actually doing the installation guide. I like to wipe all my drives and format all of them, so none of them have any information on, so I can do a complete fresh restart with everything. All my drives wiped, because I don't have any information or anything important on mine. But if you do have anything on any of your drives that you don't want and you're not installing Windows onto, then I would recommend disconnecting those. I'll show you how to do that in just a moment, because we're actually going to do that on my PC as well, because the drives I've got on mine already, I don't have anything on them. So I'm going to show you how to disconnect that. So I'm going to swap over to the mobile, and then we'll obviously continue. So yeah, I'll see you in just a moment. Well, hello and welcome back. So here we are with my PC, as you can see here. So we've done everything on there. We've got the flash drive, which is in the back of the PC here, which is right here at the back. That's it in. What we're going to do now is going to take off any drives that we don't need. So what I recommend is go to the back of your PC and then unselect any drive. So I've got an old mechanical drive down here at the bottom here, which is connected by a wire here. So if I just gently tug on this wire, that disconnects the hard drive. And then you've got 2 SSD drives here as well. And then I've got my other 2 drives, which are on the motherboard itself, which is the NVMe drives. So all I need to do is just disconnect these from here. Just do the little silver pull down tab on these, and then just gently remove them. Now again, if you're wanting to remove all the information from all your drives, then just leave all your drives connected. If you don't, and you just want to obviously remove the information from wherever your PC is installed, the drive in which is installed, and obviously just remove any drives you don't want to, and then any information that's on them cannot be deleted, because when we get to the BIOS part in just a moment, you'll be able to see all the drives, but they won't have their specific names. So unless you know the sizes, you may struggle to find out what the drives actually are. So once we've done that, then what you want to do is you want to go over to your PC. Now what we need to do is we need to reset the BIOS to go directly to the boot drive to allow it to boot into the new Windows. So all you need to do is go here and then restart your PC. So go to your restart, and then upon restarting, you want to keep tapping the delete key. So keep tapping the delete key as it starts to reboot. So I'll just move back so you can see both my monitors here. So in a moment it'll start rebooting, it'll turn off. Now, once I can see it, I'm going to start tapping delete. You're going to keep tapping delete till it comes on. I'm going to keep tapping delete now. There we go. And we're now at what's called the BIOS. So the BIOS is very easy. You don't need to touch anything, don't need to play with anything on here. All you need to do is just go to one thing, and that is where it says boot. So go to where your boot drive is using either arrow keys or your mouse, and you want to click on boot. And all you want to do here is one thing. You just want to remove your top priority, option 1, to be your option 2, which will be your USB drive. As you can see, mine says SanDisk. Okay, so all you need to do is either use your arrow key or use your mouse, and then press enter. And then you want to make sure that your first boot option is going to be your partition, and your second one is going to be your Windows. So it should change them around and make your disk your USB to be the first one, and obviously Windows to be the second one, your SSD, which mine's the 970 Evo 500 gigabyte, which is what I install on my PC. Once you've done this, that's all you need to do. You just need to go over where it says save and exit up here, click, and then you want to go over here and you want to save and exit setup. So just use your arrow keys if you want. Go to save and exit and then press enter. And then it'll ask you, and then you want to put yes. Once you've done that, then it will start to reboot. And what should happen now is when it reboots the PC, it will boot into your USB drive, which is already in the back of the PC. Make sure that's in the back of your PC, obviously, after you've done the creation. Again, I'll put that in the description so you can find it very easy. And this should automatically boot now into the setup for Windows. Just give it a moment. Get the little spinny wheel. And there we go. So this is Windows. All you need to do then is just blast through the questions. So it's asking US. I can't change that, so I'll leave that as it is. But this one I can put United Kingdom. So just put down United Kingdom. Then go to next. And then you want to install now. And this will start the installation process. Make sure you do have a Windows key. This is something you may have. If you have signed in with Microsoft as a Microsoft product, you will need a Windows key. If you don't have a Windows key, what you can do, I'll link a place called SCD Keys, which actually has Windows keys, and they are very, very cheap. And that's where I got mine from. It does work. They are legit keys, and they'll actually give you a cheap copy of Windows. So if you want to upgrade to a different Windows, then you can do so. I don't have a key because mine's built in through my Microsoft account. So I just put, I don't have a product key, and then it'll just continue on. Now you want to choose what version of Windows you want. I like to have Windows 11 Pro. So choose whichever. Obviously, depending, again, if you've got the key for that, will depend on which one you can have. And then click next. And then accept. And then click next. And then you want to use the install only advanced. And what I'm going to do here, now this is completely up to you if you're wanting to do this or not. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete all of these partitions because I like to have no partitions. So first of all, I'm going to refresh the driver list. Just make sure that it has obviously understood that I've removed all the other hard drives and stuff, which it has done. Because the only ones I should have here is this one, which is the 2 terabyte P4, and the Evo, which is my other NVMe drive. These are the 2 drives built onto my PC. So what we're going to do is we're going to go on to the first one. We're going to click delete, and then we're going to put OK. We're going to do this next one and put delete, and then OK, and keep on doing it until all of them are deleted. Again, like I said, leave any drives on that you want to keep on. If you don't, obviously make sure to release them. Now, there's the 2 terabyte one there, and then you've got the Evo one, which is one at the top. I like to install mine onto the 500 gigabyte drive I've got on the Evo, and then keep the one for just gaming. So the top one I'm going to click on. We're not going to do anything with this one, but I will show you how to allocate space to your new drives when you actually plug them in. If you've got any that you've deleted, I'll show you how to create them. So the only one we're going to be bothered about allocating anything is to this 500 gigabyte. So you want to click on new, and then you want to just click on the word apply, because it should automatically give you the correct file size. Then when you click apply, it will say to ensure that Windows works correctly, it will create additional partitions for systems files. You want to put OK. And then it'll automatically be on the primary. Look, it's already where we need it to be. And we just need to click on next. And now it will create the files. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to let this all run through so you see step by step what it's doing. It does take a little while to do, but I'm going to probably speed up time and use like a time-lapse thing so it speeds up a little bit. Excuse if you do hear any sound or prompts from notifications from my phone. But yeah, this is all you do. You just let it do what it needs to do. Don't need to touch anything. And then just let it finish up. Actually, what I might do is I'll pause it. And then when we get to the next step, then we'll do it. Because it should be pretty quick. So bear with me. I'll be right back. Just let it do what it needs to do. And as soon as it asks me to do anything else, I'll make sure, obviously, to come back. So see you in just a moment. Right, so that's completed. As you can see, make sure my mic is on, yep. So that's completed. Now it's getting the files ready for the installation. I wanted to come back because I didn't want to miss the part where obviously if it restarts. Once your computer does restart, you can remove your drive, your USB drive. I wanted to kind of catch that and not let it skip by. So the top part's completed. We're just waiting for this. This should be pretty quick, especially as I've got NVMe drives in there. Just let this complete. So yeah, it's pretty easy to do. It's very, very simple. Obviously, just be aware, obviously, drives and stuff. Again, like I said, once we get into the PC, I'll show you how to install any drives if you've got any that you have deleted. So, because when you boot your computer for the first time, if you've deleted your drives, you won't have anything. So you can see it's now going to restart. So at this point, you want to take out your USB stick when it starts to restart. So just like restart first. And now take out the USB stick. And then wait for it to reboot. The reason for that is if you don't, it's going to go back into the installation again. It's going to try to go back to install Windows and the beginning setup of Windows. So once that's done, just take your drive out and then put it in. You can see now it's saying starting services because it's going to now use the boot on the actual system that you've just created, you've just done with this program. And then now we're going to wait for that to set up to input the rest of Windows. So let's give it a moment. I would highly recommend as well, once you've done that, make sure you keep that safe with all that information on. Because if you ever have any problems with Windows, it ever crashes or ever blue screens or does anything weird, you've always got a backup of Windows on here to repair. So make sure always keep one of these handy. Because they are very, very good. Very, very handy. Don't skip that. You always want to have a copy of Windows. So you've always got it. Remember, obviously, like I said, with the Windows key, that obviously you have a Windows key. If you don't, you need to go to, again, a site I'll show you called SCD Key, and you'll be able to pick up a cheap version. If you've logged in through Microsoft and you do your Windows through Microsoft, Microsoft remembers your key for you, so you don't need to. It'll always know what your key is. Right, so it's going through the process again. It's going to reboot a couple of times. That's in just a moment, look. Because it's going to bring up Windows in just a moment, and then it'll ask me to go through a few things with it, look. There we go. Right, so choose your language, obviously. Mine's United Kingdom. You have to excuse me here because I'm going to have to try and do this left-handed, which is not easiest when I'm right-handed. So click yes for United Kingdom. The method for my keyboard I like to have is United Kingdom, and then put yes. Do I want a second layout? No. Let me skip. Making sure you have the latest. Yep, blah, 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 blah. Do feel free to skip along if you've already done this before, or obviously follow along if you need to follow along. It's just basically answer the simple questions. Do you want this to be installed? Do you not want this to be installed? And it's pretty simple. Once it's done that, it'll load up Windows and it'll be done. So again, sorry for doing this on my mobile phone as well, but it's the only way I can do this. So name your device. I'm just going to call it Kappa New PC. I had to call it a few names because otherwise I'll not remember which one it is. So click next. Okay, maybe I can't put spaces in between, so just put this like this. There we go, Kappa New PC. Don't put no spaces in your name. Apparently it doesn't like it. Right, so just follow along now. It's just basically, do I want it for personal use or do I want it for school? Well, I use mine for personal use, so I'm just going to click that. Unlock Microsoft Experience, which I do have Windows. I do have like a Microsoft thing. Just bear with a second. Just what are you doing? Yeah, sometimes it'll do this because I've got two monitors. It will go over to the other monitor. So excuse me. It's annoying, but it's because of the GPU. So let me go to sign in. Where's my mouse? Where are you, mouse? There you are. So go to sign in. Right, then put in your email stuff. So I'm just going to quickly do that, pause it, and then we'll come back. So bear with me a second. Just a quick note here that when you've put your username and password in, it will ask you to verify your identity. You'll need to go into your email address and you'll need to put in a code in order to do this. I'll to do this from my mobile phone. So I'll be 2 moments and then we'll carry on. So be right back. There you go. Make sure you click on that email address. When you saw that email address before, make sure you click on it so it sends the code. Otherwise, it will not send the code to your email. So make sure you click on that box, otherwise it will not send the email. And then you need to put the email in from your mobile phone, go into your emails, and then obviously just type that code in. Then obviously this is how it ends. So it'll come here and say, well, welcome. When you get to this part, all you need to do is when you've got your bit up where you can go to more options or you've got all these details here, you want to actually set it up. If you want to have it where it doesn't remember the items that was on your PC before, and you want to do a very clean, brand new install where it's got nothing on the PC at all, it doesn't remember anything that you've ever had on the PC before. If you have these Microsoft accounts, they'll actually save some of the apps and stuff you've used in the background. Just go to more options, and then any of these, as you can see, we've got all these different options of things. These amount of times are backed up on the PC here. So what you would need to do is go to the very bottom where it says set up as a new PC. That is what you need to click on, set up as a new PC. And then set up as a new PC. And there you go. You want to create a PIN. What I recommend if you're going to create a PIN, make sure you remember what this PIN number is, because this is how you're going to log into your PC every time you log in. I also recommend clicking it so it says that you can include letters and symbols as well. This obviously makes it so you can encrypt your PC. Just remember that this is how you sign in. So when you first go into Windows and you go to scroll or move up or whatever it is to start going into Windows, they'll always ask you for this username and password. So write this down, otherwise you'll not be able to get into your Windows the next time you do it. So bear with me, I'll do that and then I'll come right back. Right, now we've done that, it will then move on to the next bit. So any of these, I generally put no, I don't want it to know any details, don't want it to find the device or anything weird like that. So I just press no to all these, required only for this one, no for the pen thing, no for the diagnostic data, no for the advertising, and then I'll get a couple of things that will ask me to customize. I just tick on gaming. You can skip this if you want to. I just put down gaming. This one I skip. This is so you can connect your mobile phone to your PC. I'm just going to skip that. Don't back up my files. Click next. Put not now. Click next. It'll probably give you some offers. Decline the Microsoft 365. Decline the cloud storage. And then just click next on that one. And it's going to check for updates. And there you go. It should start up now. And there we go. This is the beginning. This is how it'll install up onto your computer. Very, very simple and easy. So obviously, if you've got a single monitor, you will have this problem. But sometimes with dual monitors, if you've got two monitors, it will choose one or choose the other. It's very odd. I think it might be just the way that it's plugged into the back of my my PC, because how my monitors are connected, they're connected by the display ports. I don't use HDMI, I use two display ports, because both of these monitors support display port to display port. So it's display port in the back of this, and then display port in the back of the PC, and same for the monitor. Right here is display port to display port. There's no like HDMI to display port or anything like that. So you just do it based on obviously which one is best for you. If it's HDMI, use HDMI. If you can do display port, I'd probably recommend display port, because display port is better, or is known to be better, depending obviously on your hardware. If you've got older hardware, I don't know, you could try it. If you've not, or you got new hardware like myself, then display port gives you a better range, gives you like better ranges. So I'm not going to touch anything, I'm just going to let it do its thing. So again, like I said, make sure you've got a Windows key. You'll need it. If you've signed in, or you sign in with your Microsoft account, like you normally do, then it should automatically remember your Windows key, and it'll automatically sign you in and give you a Windows key. It's not a problem if you don't have a Windows key as such, but you just get that annoying watermark. So it's not going to hurt. So if you don't have like the money to buy a key straight away, or you have a problem with that, you can still use the Windows absolutely fine. It's just you're going to have like a free trial, then you get that annoying watermark. And it may like lock certain like garbage features that you don't really necessarily need, like the little extra bells and whistles. And like I said, I'll put in a description anyway of a place to go get a very cheap Windows key. So if you do need another Windows key, then you can get it. But there we go. We've got them on both PCs, as you can see here. It may prioritize that PC. So what I'm going to try and do is go to display, display settings. And then I'm going to identify, this one's number 2 into it. So if I make this the main display. So if you come over here, just right click, go to display settings, make this the main display, and then that will now change everything over here. So it's all on this one instead. There we go. And that's it. That's all you need to do. Now, if you're wanting to get your drives back on, can't sign into OneDrive. I don't want you anyway, so go away. OneDrive has expired. I don't care because we don't need OneDrive. I'll be removing you. So all you need to do now it's completely installed a fresh Windows. This is completely fresh. There's nothing on it. Obviously, plug your drives back in at the back of your PC if you're going to plug any drives in, if you've disconnected any. If you haven't, or you've deleted all your drives, and now you come here to where it shows you the folder, and you click, and you'll see when I go where it says this PC, it's only showing local local C. Where's my other drive? I've only got C. Where's the other drive? Where all you need to do in order to fix that is go down to the search at the bottom, and you want to click here. You want to type in create, the word create, and then you'll see one that says create and format hard disk partitions. Click on that one, and that'll bring this up. And all you need to do now is you look for the ones that have a black line on them, because they say unallocated. Can you see? And you can see that one's the Windows. That's my normal drive here, which is the new drive. And then you've got the one underneath, which is disk 1 on there. So what I would probably do, if you want to do this, is I normally go here to properties, and then I go to where it says volumes, because can you see this one's the SSD 970 Evo, and that's kind of what I wanted to say. That's what I wanted to call it, the 970 Evo. So you can go to your, I think it's volumes, and if you click on the C and then populate, you can actually name it. Look, if you go there and then click properties, you can name it to what you want it to be. I'm just trying to think which one's which. Because normally I go here to this one, and you can populate. I forgot which one it is. I'll double check, and I'll do a quick little thing on that one. I'm not going to worry about that too much. But anyway, so when you come here and you're wanting to allocate to the other drive, just right click, create new simple volume. So you just click where it says new simple volume. Then you want to click next. You want to leave it as it is, just click next. Leave the drive as it is unless you want to change the drive's letter, just click next. Leave this as it is unless you want to change anything. You could give it a different volume, new volume label, because you know what this drive is going to be. So I'm going to call this my P4 2 terabyte drive, like so, and then click next, and then click finish. And that's it, it's done. And you can see it's renamed it to P4 2 terabyte drive, so I know which one now is my other drive. So if I now go back here to my folder at the bottom here, and then click on this, and then go back to my PC, you can see now I've got 2 drives. I've got my D drive and my C drive. The other drives I've disconnected, so they're not actually connected to the PC. So they're easy. It's just basically plugging in, maybe restarting your computer, or just refreshing your device manager list, and it'll bring up all your other drives. Because all I've done with the other drives is I've disconnected them so they are not powered and no information is going to them. So the PC couldn't see those drives. So I knew which drives, what to delete from the beginning setup in order to get it up and running. And then any files on the other drives will remain, like the first part of this video. So there you go. That's it. That's all you need to do. And then after that, this is completely fresh. Do whatever you want. Install whatever you want. Start again. All's good. All sorted. And there you go. Just redo your drivers, new NVIDIA drivers, all that stuff. just go through the normal process of installing whatever it is. This is a brand new install, nothing on it at all, just clean, fresh, and ready to start your brand new Windows install PC. So there you go. If you enjoyed this, it does help you out, please like the video, subscribe if you're new, please. Hit that notification bell. Don't forget, if you do, hit it back to back, and make sure you change the notification and make it go up to all, because it will be under featured when it first starts, and then that will help you out. So hopefully that helps you out to restart your computer and have a brand new Windows install, fresh and clean, like it's just come from the factory, and it's waiting for you to explore some gaming with a brand new, fresh PC. Right? Anyway, I'm going to leave that. Hopefully it helps out. Don't forget to please like, subscribe. I salute you, my Convict and my elites. My elites as well, Raf. Obviously, this video being for Raf GT, who is an elite member here on the channel. Thank you very much, everybody, for continued support on there by paying them $1.99 or the $4.99, whatever you've decided to choose as an elite member. And yeah, there we go. Just go back in now, put stuff back on, and away you go. Plug your drives back in if you've unplugged any, and they will come back up. So appreciate you all, and yeah, bye for now.